Hello everyone. There's not a lot of information on Phantom Doctrine, so I decided to do a recording to share what I know. I'll get started with the crew quarters. This is where you'll manage your equipment, buy stuff for those slots, manage your agents' terms of training, perks, and eventually hire them. Let's go and talk about hiring first. Agents that are put in here, there can only be a max of 5. That means if there is an agent that you really want, be sure to hire them before they're gone. When it comes to hiring an agent, keep in mind the background, training, and perks. You have to know your playstyle to understand which perks you want, but the major thing to keep an eye on is these secret perks. Secret perks are a gamble. They can be a good thing or a bad thing. Bad being something like they are brainwashed enemy agents that were sent to spy on you. I've actually had 2 agents with that, and I had to execute them. So, yeah, I kind of keep that in mind, just all this stuff. When it comes to the perks themselves, I can go and point out a few good ones, but again, it depends on your playstyle. Dancer is a good one, which decreases awareness cost of dodging. Gifted, which gives you more XP. You actually need levels to unlock these additional training slots if an agent doesn't already have them, so Gifted helps a lot. Fearless, I haven't ran into anything that suppresses me yet, so I guess maybe that is an end game thing, but early to mid game I haven't seen much with that. And of course, faster movement is just a really good one. There's a reason that that's a really good one is because if you look under the armor page, I have recovered heavy armor mark 2. You'll notice it says mobility penalty 1. So this basically allows the agent to negate that. So faster movement is great for heavy armor. Or if you happen to have like a sniper, you could just put, say, medium armor mark 2, which has no mobility penalty, so they end up moving crazy amounts per turn. Survivor, that is a big one. This is perhaps the most versatile perk that I have encountered. Survivor helps you with combat and infiltration. In order to take down an enemy, your HP has to be higher than theirs. A lot of the enemy agents that I've ran into on missions have 108 to 109 HP. So I'm just barely over that with Survivor on this person. This is part of the secret perk stuff, but analysis talent is amazing, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. Actor can help make missions quicker, but I really don't see a need for it. If you're careful on infiltration missions, you take your time, plan things out, you shouldn't have an issue. Basically, what Actor does for you is it makes it so that enemy agents on the mission won't detect you when you're disguised. So you could just run right up in front of them and they wouldn't care. It does help, but it takes a precious perk slot, and there are tons of other things that help way more than that. Keep that in mind. Let's go over a couple more that are good. Recon talent, one of the secret perks. Bonus experience for recon jobs. You will always be doing a recon job. on missions. Always. Unless you really want to go Rambo, but I don't see the point in that. What Recon does for you is it reveals the entire map for you before you go into the mission. It won't show you where the enemies are, as they are randomly spawned at different places, but you will at least be able to see the buildings, how many levels there are to them, and how many buildings there are for you to deal with. Free Diver is a non-secret perk. This one protects you from the harmful effects of gas clouds. It won't stop the vision loss, but it does protect you from the damage. That's another awesome one. Let's keep going. Oh yes, this another one, the secret talents. Crafting talent, faster crafting. We'll go over analysis in the other ones here in a second. Just see if I have any others that are worth it to talk about. Oh, Masochist improves damage threshold. Always awesome. If you can get Masochist with the faster movement, you could have a heavy that will not care about damage, so long as they're behind cover. Yeah, I think that's the most of what we can talk about here. Okay, let's go into more of the perk sessions by going over to the other stuff. This is the comms facility. Agent Orange has the analysis perk, which allows her to do this quicker. Essentially, she's giving me random things every so often. It could be new contacts, or it could be files. Extremely valuable. Over here in the workshop, um, this is where you'll work with blueprints. You can see I have a handful here, such as rifle suppressor, riot slugs, sniper silenced, and a couple other things. I have not been able to find a trade contact for suppressors on rifles, so I would say that the crafting thing is pretty valuable. There are times when you'll send agents into a mission and they just don't have the HP to take down enemy agents, in which case you'll have to breach the room they're in. When you breach a room, if they're the only ones in there and nobody else can see you, you can kill that agent without raising the alarm, from what I've seen. So anything to do with reducing noise, either by buying or blueprint, is extremely valuable for that reason. Of course, lockpicks also help too, so yeah, there's a wide variety of things that you can do with the crafting place. Now let's talk about um, analytics, no. Forger, no. I guess we can go, well, I guess we can do Forger. Okay. So Forger is how you make additional income and how you give an agent a new identity when their identity has been compromised. Unfortunately, the Forge does require an agent to be actively in those slots for it to grant you extra income. When doing this, try to use the lowest agents possible. In my case, I have Pony and Ragdoll as level 2s. Canasta is level 5. At this point in the game, I'm hiring people that are level 7. So I consider those to be my less valuable agents. That's why they're put there. Let's see. We'll talk about the MK Ultra facility now. This is where you will handle agents that you capture in missions. There's a wide variety of things that you can do to said agents, but personally, me, I found interrogation and execution to be the best outcome. As I pointed out earlier, those blueprints and trade contacts are extremely valuable. That way you can buy or craft new things as needed for whatever it is you're doing. There's a good chance by interrogation that you will run into new blueprints, trade contacts, or something. The reason you want to execute them is because at first you won't have the necessary upgrade to the MK Ultra facility to reduce the threat caused by holding an enemy agent. You'll notice up here in the top right you have a danger meter. When this danger meter reaches the maximum, you will have to relocate to a new hideout. That can be very costly, upwards of 8,000 in some cases. You want to avoid that as much as possible. The longer you can stay from moving from a hideout, the more money you can invest in actually upgrading your team. So until you have that upgrade, I would not take the risk of keeping them around for long. When you do get the upgrade, I guess you can leave them around if you want to, so you can decide how to handle it. We'll talk about body engineering next. This is something I haven't really messed with, but I do understand that there are certain chemicals here that do require another one to unlock. So in this case, you need Ampia for this one. You'll notice that there'll be red or green for things appear, depending on what they do. I think BMA is my best right now, if I remember right. But yeah, I just don't feel like doing that. So yeah, I would wait on doing body engineering. Spend your money on MK Ultra, the Forger, or Crew. Those are the areas that I would say are your most important. The Infirmary is vital to any operation, obviously, but I do want to talk about this specifically for a second. You'll notice that it has up to 8 slots. I really don't think that you need any more than 4 on a normal safety precaution type of thing. Every mission that I've done has been infiltration up to this point, at least the normal missions. There was some storyline missions that could not be done with infiltration. It started me as combat right away. In that scenario, I took a lot of hits, but out of the hits I took, only 4 of my agents were actually wounded enough to be sent here. So yeah, I don't see a need to go beyond that. Unless you're doing Rambo. If you're doing a Rambo playthrough, then by all means be sure to get this fully upgraded because you're going to be putting a lot of people in here. I think that pretty much covers it. Um, yeah, if you want to ask a question or something, please do so in the comments. I'll do my best to respond. Or better yet, Twitter. Yeah, I will respond to Twitter way faster than I do the comments. So, yeah, that's most I have. Thanks for listening.